Welcome back. We're on Coastal now. Finally, the round has started. And we're still going to wait for a minute, so I'm going to solo class while we wait.
Hello.
Fancy. Welcome back, just in time.
Thank you.
Fancy, in fact, gets an opening kill on Lincoln, but Jackus also gets another one onto Miracle at the moment. The frag's going in favor for the Axies, but Kyochi says no more. Takes down Dacus. It's a 4 versus 3, and it's still favoring towards the B site. In fact, they've got B site control. There's no one left. I'm slightly confused, and I think Moose is slightly confused as well, since I don't really want to put the bomb onto the site just yet. In fact, Kyochi and Martin are both in stairs, which is not positioned to be. Like both being anyway. Who do you think's going to win this one, judging by derailed anyway?
Well, if we go by derailed, I think we've got to say Climax is probably going to come out on top. Team Moose. They had some strong performances there, but that was close. It was a very close game. No, I can see this going to the third map of Manor. Indeed, I would like to see a third. I mean, Manor's a very nice map. We haven't seen it today.
No, we haven't. We've seen a lot of Liberation.
A lot of Coastal as well.
A lot of Coastal, yeah. No Manor, which is normally what you see, and Martin trying to make sure it doesn't happen, getting himself a double kill or triple kill in the end. Climax chumming in for 1 at the end, taking down Fancy. And it's going to be 1-0 to Moose. Or Team Climax, we seem to be calling it now.
Team Climax. I keep forgetting their name just because it's rare that you come across a team that in Battalion, that you don't recognize the name of. Indeed, with both these teams, of course, Tilt though have it in their name, so it's quite easy to remember. You guys, of course, at home have got the bar up on top showing Moose versus Tilt, but we don't. We have just raw in game.
Climax just got a scope kill.
Indeed, he did. Yeah, that's going to be Jackus removed from the equation with the nice animated skin. We're getting a little bit of a preview of. If you want to get it yourself, you got to play a little bit of matchmaking and get yourself to rank 50, I believe.
Yep, rank 50.
And you'll get it. It's very nice skin indeed. Opening kills coming in for the Axis side, but it's going to be brought back by Climax, keeping things nice and steadily in the Allies' favor as they make their way over towards the back of the site. Daka's coming in with the pistol, but now he's out of ammo, gets pushed down, and it's all left onto Eric's. This is going to be a difficult clutch for him. 3 players left to find. Climax and Miracle, 2 high-performing players. Ooh, Climax is very low, though, at the moment. Martin as well had some good impact on the previous game. I mean, practically everybody on the server is going to be a difficult opponent to take down. There's no easy ones this time, as we do see in some other matches. Nobody really fell behind horrifically in the previous map, and that's of course what you would hope to see anyways on a close game. But
the Climax having pretty big impact with the scope. You don't normally see many scope players have that much impact, especially in the second round.
You don't usually see that many scopes in the second round, but we have seen them being bought very early, haven't you? In this best of 3 and the previous one.
Yeah, we saw it in the best of 3 between. Actually, what did that? It was Faye Victus. He wasn't there. It was best of 1. They both bought scopes in the 3rd round.
It was. They were playing under Viral, weren't they?
Viral and Faye Victus.
It's a Singularity and Viral, yeah. That's the one. Vivictus were...
Faye Victus was facing...
Method.
Method,
yeah. But of course,
Viral, I was talking about low trains.
Viral was the mix, of course. So it wasn't the full lineup. So that's where the misunderstanding comes from, of course.
Liberation was just merging because they both played Lib.
Yeah, of course. You 2 Libs in a row, so that's fair enough. It happens. It happens. Like I said, I mean, I did say actually in that game, all the liberations start to merge into one. Now you see, it really does. Good kill coming in there from Kyochi, managing to at least drop one of the Axis members. They managed to make their way onto the site without all too many kills coming in. Fancy is tilted, is holding up in a nice close angle, pushes in. Kyochi doesn't expect him to be there that quickly. Low HP, going to be taken down. Sniper in the up-close battles. Pistol comes out. He manages to stay alive for so long, but will be dropped. And a good play by him to maintain the pistol as he gets taken down, which means no scope pulled over for the Axis side.
Yeah, it was a good switch, taking out the pistol instead of keeping the scope out and trying to get another quick scope in. But in the end, team ace for the Axis. And that's going to get them their first round on the board. And that's the loss of the scope for Climax. He's going to miss it, I think. Could possibly get one back if Lincoln donates him, but doesn't seem like that's the case. It's going to be a full carbine buy. Smoke here and now on Miracle and Kyochi. Martin with a nade. On the other side, we're seeing a lot of nades, and it'll be interesting to see where they place. Maybe save 1 for retake. Maybe 2 towards B even. And 1 towards coast, but Jackus saying his nade, and Miracle able to take down Dacus, but Dacus does get one for himself, but Lincoln, man, these trades are going in fast, and it's 1 for 1. 3 versus 3. And Raves, a little bit lucky there. Don't know if you saw it.
No, I didn't quite catch it.
Randomly shooting through smoke and gets a headshot.
Ah, indeed. That's not too bad in terms of luck. He's not getting too lucky, of course, being taken down there. Eric's going to fall as well, along with Jackus. And so, 1 by 1, they fall, and the round goes over to the Allies. A couple tokens saved over as well. Climax, you can already see, is on 10 tokens.
And that is his scope.
Yeah, they will be getting the full buy. Lots of nades going to be capable, or possible anyways. And you can see that indeed. Miracle, Lincoln, and Martin going to be pulling out the grenades. And here we see something we talked about before, actually. The Qualifier is being pulled out on the Axis side, allowing them to get grenades on most players. Dacus took an MP40 and a grenade, as these nades are going to have some high impact for the Allies. I mean, they've deployed them now, and that's a lot of tokens invested. Still got Raves and Jackus with them in hand. Fancy going for the peak over towards Coast. Not going to land anything just yet. So close to the heads of the players there.
Not quite. It's actually Dacus opens up with this MP44. The only one not going with a Gewehr. He's the one to get the first frag onto Miracle. 5 versus 4, and he's just holding this top here position, making sure no one gets past. There is, of course, Martin close by at the white box outside of Yellow. But it looks like he wants to head towards A side. He's not looking too happy. But it does seem like the defense are slowing down, but I think they're pulling a rotate towards B side. And Kyochi able to take advantage of that, taking out Raves. There's still 2 players towards B, and they're just creeping along here. Probably going to head towards spawn. Could go towards A. They could go anywhere from this position.
Oh, Tobin has just messaged me to let me know it's a Kyochi.
Kyochi.
We've both been pronouncing it wrong.
Damn.
We apologize, Kyochi.
I'm so sorry. I've been pronouncing names wrong all day, to be honest.
Well, hopefully he's not too offended. Into the 3 versus 3. The Axis looking for the retake. Martin with the scope. Eric's is so close to hitting the head there. Nade goes in. It's going to force... Never mind. Nade misses. That was anticlimactic.
I'm having highlights of Budapest from me there.
I think... Did I see you do that? I saw someone else do it for sure. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I call you out on it? I'm sorry if I did.
Nope, you just said anticlimactic, I think, just like then.
Oh. Same response. Nice.
He was hyping it up and then it died.
Yeah. It's a nice nade. It's just everyone seems to misthrow it. It's a shame.
It's just like, when you aim, it goes a little bit higher than you expect.
Yeah.
But they were able to get the win because of that failed nade. 4-1 in favor to Team Moose, and they're going to keep their lead. And it's growing, and the economy is certainly growing. Getting a little bit more happier than the Axis anyway. Dacus was able to keep an STG and an MP44, as well as a lot of nades. And it's those nades that scare his opponents because he's been doing pretty well with them. He's definitely got 1 kill or 2 kills, in fact, on this map already. We're already on round 6. But it's actually Jackus who finds the opening with his Gewehr. Also fancy chiming in to help him take out Lincoln. Making it 5 versus 4, but I feel like the Axis have been gaining advantage quite a bit, but they haven't been able to capitalize on it. I feel like the last few rounds, they may get the first kill, and then kills start going in favor to Team Moose. And Dacus, alone on B side, he needs to go big here. He needs to take out Coyote. I'm forgot to say his name.
I think it's Coyote. I think
Coyote.
that's based on the way Tobin sent it to me, but I could also be wrong.
Yeah, but Climax able to take down Raves. 4 versus 3. And Dacus again taking down Martin. He's been pretty good on the B site, able to get the 3rd kill, taking out Climax, and Jackus cleaning up, getting his 2nd, and it's 4-2. Only Climax getting a single kill that round on to Raves, I think it was.
That is a solid round for the Axis side. Dacus having huge impact there on the B bomb site. And with that now in hand, it pushes him to the top of the scoreboard. 7 kills and 3 deaths. A good round for them to win, as well, as you can already see their economy isn't great with that win under their belt.
It's definitely going to help.
Yeah, well, for sure. I mean, not losing all those weapons as well certainly helps them. They are investing into nades a lot of the time, and they're getting a reward for it. Miracle is going to be taken down as Dacus gets lit very low, but we've seen him make some good plays after being lit up. And now as they begin to push over towards the bomb site on Moose, they are going to be looking to counter Dacus, who had high impact in the previous round. This time taking him down early on. A good decision. Raves not able to get up to all too much, completely blocked out. Trying to take the bomb planter out, but not going to connect anything through the little gap. Nice jump spot though. I've not seen that one used before.
No.
Thanks
Pretty
for
interesting.
showing us, Raves. Now we're going to see that being the most used spot of the next few weeks. So
It'll be
ready.
difficult though to get any shots off.
Yeah, especially with
I
the
think-
smoke down.
Yeah, and I think you can see towards dark as well if you jump in. Yeah, but
Okay.
Aerox able to get a headshot onto Martin in dark. And it's going to be 4 versus 3, and they've actually lost B-side control. They're not on the B-side anymore, but Lincoln and Coyote does not care.
Oh, wow.
And they're both going to get a double kill in the end. Lincoln on 3. And he wasn't even applying for them either. They had to retake the site to be able to defuse the bomb. Well, to be able to stop the defuse.
Indeed. Yeah, I mean, it worked out for them in the end. A little bit risky to take those after plans, but you can't say anything because it worked out. Maybe it's all planned.
Maybe.
5-2. I mean, at this point, the Axis already fallen behind, and correct me if I'm wrong here, but this should be a win for the Axis, right?
If the Axes lose, they will be out. So they need this win to be able to see the 3rd map.
But it's an Axis-sided map, Coast. isn't
It's
it?
an Axis-sided, yes.
Yeah, has been my experience throughout the last couple months. But of course, MU2 being the only relevant thing, really. The economy system's kind of changed over a lot of the maps, and
Yeah.
it's hard to get a read on because it seems to obviously it changes a lot then as things have evolved over the last couple of weeks as well. You do see different kind of metas coming through, but I think Fire and the boys on Comrade over at Gallantry really set a precedent with the ecos. They were the ones that really
Yeah.
threw it home for me anyways, that you know the eco rounds are just 1 token investments, 3 rounds in a row. If you lose them, you got to buy eventually, and if you don't, you should be able to pick up, or possibly going to be able to pick up one of those rounds. As of course the carbines and the Gewehrs, very strong weapons individually for just a 1 token investment. Sounds like a tele shopping ad.
Yeah.
For just $9.99.
But one great thing is you see different styles of plays. You do see teams which like to force, buying all they can every single round. And those are the teams which seem to lose considerably since they have no tokens. Or they might win like by loads because they're able to keep buying what they want and not too afraid about the consequences. But you'd also see teams which are a little bit more passive, always trying to keep 2 tokens in their back pocket, which is the style which I like to see, where they play more of the economy game, making sure that they have the tokens they need. So in case something arises, like, oh, we're in a tough situation, we need to force buy to this. We have all these tokens, let's force buy. And it sort of helps them out in long term rather than short term. And then you see teams like CRG, which eat like half buy quite a bit and then able to full buy eventually.
Yeah. They do win a lot of those half buy rounds though.
Yeah.
So it's
Like-
it's a, you know, a valid enough. Again, I can't wait until this game evolves to the point that we have proper outputs, or at least they're being used. I don't think the server does proper server log outputs, but if it does, they're not. You know, we haven't got like a HLTV type system.
Yeah.
I can't wait till we have something like that, because I find it
So
really
can I.
interesting to see like the likes of the half buys, like you say, how they're gonna come through in a win rate for most teams, and to compare those, because I think that's going to be the real thing that separates the best teams from the good teams, is the ability to win on those weaker rifles when you just have one token invested into a round. You don't have nades. You know, in a not so bad way, anybody can get a nade kill if you know the nade spot.
Yeah.
You can get a kill with it, but
Yeah, if you know the spot and if you know the timing, you can get a kill
exactly.
easily.
You've got the likes of Miracle. He's really bringing it to another level. But like we said on Derailed, with the predictions of the timings of those nades coming in, that he doesn't wait for the bomb plant like everybody else does. He goes in when he thinks, okay, they're coming to site. If I'm them, I'm on my way to site. Nade goes over. We saw it as they went to plant. Bomb explode. Nade explodes. That's it. You've no chance. And I think that's nice to see. You know, a kind of higher skill level coming into the nades. And you'll see a similar thing then with those force buys, because it just allows you to bounce back into the game so much quicker, especially with the current economy system that's really, really forgiving. You can come back into it just so quickly. It's not like you're stuck on a pistol round like in Counter Strike. No. Although, I mean, you know, say what you will.
Technically, the grease gun and the popcorn gun, did you call it? The MB28?
Yeah. Yeah.
They quite like pistols in a way, where they're like really good short range, but as soon as it goes long range, it's useless.
Yeah, indeed. What's interesting as well is we don't see, like, I haven't yet seen the likes of say on Coast, say right now the Allies have to go full eco. They only have one token each, if that was the case, and they're on default weapons. I haven't seen like two people buy it. So you see quite frequently people buying carbines and that, but you don't see too frequently like one smoke going down and then a push just straight towards B, close in that distance and use the grease guns to win those fights. And I think that's a problem, because we should be seeing something with like a full base weapon strat, but we don't, because one token for a carbine, then you can compete with that STG, that MP40. You can take that fight and be relatively confident that you can win it, and that's not really how it should be.
No, like, especially with that one-shot headshot capability, and like you can do that pretty much any range or three-shot kill. Like, it's a powerful weapon, like in the capable hands, and all these players here are capable. Climax capable with the scope, and then you see Fancy with the SCG able to get the kill. But as soon as you see a carbine, like on Martin, he can still get kills with that. You see it go on Braves, he can still get kills with that. You're not out of the game playing these weapons.
Yeah, definitely. Like, it's
no razors.
You're not guaranteed to be out of it straight away. Still gives you a chance. Unfortunately, the chance doesn't go the way of Raves. Neither does it of the way of Fancy, as Dacus is going to be the last alive for his team. And we're going to see him dropping, of course, one of the players in the Allied side. And it's going to be Climax and Miracle out of the game for now. But with that plank coming down, that's 8-2 already. And what a convincing lead coming in from the Allied side. It's,
I don't think we're highlighting how convincing this is. This is hard to do. 8-2 lead.
Like 8 rounds Allies. Yeah. 8 rounds Allies is good. You know, that's, if you're getting 8-7, you're happy. But I mean, they're on 8-2. They've got the opportunity to bring this all the way 13-2 and pretty much win the map right there and then.
At this point, if you're playing MU1, which was the old way, which was a round of 13, you'll be out of the game at this point.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, there's no coming back.
That's right, round of 12 wasn't 13.
Well, yeah, but first to 13 wins.
Yeah, first 13, but it's round 12.
We all know what you meant. It's okay.
Yeah.
We'll forgive you. But yeah, that's certainly going to be a problem right now for them over on the tilted side. That's not a figurative comment. That's, I mean, it's their team name.
Yeah, I think you'll probably suit them if a player like this was in their position. She probably will be tilted, losing 8-2. But you have to look at the weapons on the Allies, and they're really, really strong. You see M1 Grands, Scopes, STGs, and Thompsons. Really, really good weapons on pretty much all ranges. Maybe not the Scopes so much, but on capable hands, you can get close, pretty close with it. And Climax, kind of pretty close here on the B site. Quite an aggressive angle, and don't really see many Scope players do that nowadays. Like to play quite passive and not take aggressive angles. But Climax is having a lot of impact with the Scope, and I think people should start getting some influence from that. But as I say that, all 5 players are still alive. Oh, never mind.
Jack is going to be dropped the second you say that. Perfect timing there. And that's going to be, I was going to say as well, like the Axis not losing the man advantage early on this round, at least looked good for them, but not able to connect the shots now. Flank coming in. Fancy going to be able to pick up one over towards the top and middle. That's going to be Kyochi. There we go. Nice kill to be returned as well. That's Climax out of the equation. 3 versus 3 as the bomb is going to go down over towards the bomb site. Should be planted momentarily. It's going to be faked at least. Daka's going to make his way onto that site. Finds the kill under the planter somehow. Going for a second and lands it as well. What is that? They're not covering him. How does that happen? It's only Lincoln left alive. 13 seconds on the clock to get onto the bomb site and get the bomb down. At this point, it's going to have to be both kills. Spots one on the stairs. Not going to find the kill. Shotgun comes out and takes his face off. 8-3. At least there's a chance now as we finally see a round go the way of Tilt. But the problem is that, I mean, that was relying on first of all, a good flank that came in. That was well played by Fancy, finding those 2 kills. But after that, it relied on a massive misplay from Moose, because you saw they had one player on the stairs not covering the bomb plant. As the bomb plant went down, he's not spotting anything, just gets killed. Sure happens sometimes, generally when you have a player covering. The stairs player didn't react at all. It was very slow to react. Moved out, got killed. Slow peek in the angle, and then it leaves just one player alive who was towards the back of the site. I mean, if he had to come up and cover the stairs, his teammate covers the bomb plant in rounds 1, but...
It's also the fact that the planter was not in a great position to plant. He was open to the boxes first. Most people which plant behind the bomb, you can't get spotted from the boxes. So tiny mistakes like that did cost them the round, but they seem to be bouncing back. Lincoln able to get the first frag onto Aerox. But Jack is quickly with the refrag onto him, but Miracle, again, refrags coming in quick. Climax able to win it out and give his team an advantage, but it's still Dacus on B. And that's the bomb dropped. And I think that's pretty much going to be the round win. This should be the 4th round for the Axis. Don't really see how else they can. Dacus just trying to find the right angle, but Dacus is now in a little bit of trouble. He needs to win this duel, which he does. Kyochi goes down, just leaving Miracle, and he will fall as well. 4th round achieved. 1 at a time. You have to start thinking, and it's an interesting gun.
Yeah, have you seen that too? Tommy gun with a scope. That's what the endpoint guys got for the gold skin. They get a little scope that pops out when no one's looking.
Also, the scope is animated.
Yeah, they just got everything. You want to win the I-62, not or I-64, not the major. That's where you're looking. Maybe the major will see like a Luger with the scope.
Right now, Allies are heading towards the B side. It seems to be quite a fast speed. No nades to slow them down just yet, but a late nade nearly catches out Martin, but a little bit too deep. I see that quite a bit. A lot of nades go deep towards that area. I don't really know why, because most players like to play close to the wall. But Dacus, with that scope from Climax, able to take down 2, including Climax. Making it 5 versus 3, and Dacus has really been trying to carry his team on his shoulders with Fancy. Like Dacus is going 15-5 and they're losing 8-4.
Yeah, indeed. He's trying his best, but it's kind of hard. Some of the players kind of stepping off. This isn't what we saw in the first map. This time it is going to be G and Aerox having a hard time, but of course they are on the retake a lot. You can see Fancy there having a big play on the site. 3 kills clocked up. But you see Aerox is playing over towards the A bomb site. I didn't quite catch where Raves is playing.
I think he's playing Broken Wall area.
Okay, so a lot of the
He's
time
playing
these
quick
guys,
rotate B.
yeah, these guys are well, especially Aerox is coming in on the rotate late round, and I mean it's difficult to get back onto that B bomb site once it's lost. And, I mean, it's kind of confusing though at the same time because Dacus is having a really good performance there, but somehow they're pretty consistently losing that bomb site when the push does come towards them. But this time, 8-5, of course. Not losing it last time. Aerox is going to get a chance to prove himself over towards the back of the site. Jack is already going to be taken down. As he gets pushed, he finds 1-2. Looking for a third, and there it is, the headshot. Goodbye, Martin. As the +15 comes in off screen, of course. So it only shows a +10. Solid play from Aerox. Looking over towards Broken Wall, trying to find a 4th kill. And he might just get it if Miracle does decide to go out for the push. This is not ideal at all. One man shutting down the whole A bomb site push. Lincoln towards the bottom of the site. Miracle at Broken Wall has to peek out to try and cover him. I mean, for Lincoln to actually make it onto the site now. Hold on. Raves isn't watching anything. Lincoln's made it all the way up the stairs. Aerox is watching it though, and there it is. The ace comes in. The 5k from the man himself. We said he had a chance to prove himself in that round. And if that doesn't prove it for him, I don't know what can. Now it's Rave's turn.
Yeah, he really needs to step up now. Maybe you should say it because I'm apparently not having much luck. But great round from Aerox. Amazing round, getting that first initial triple kill and then finally finishing off to get the ace. But that was so important for him to get that triple kill. Even getting the double would have been enough, but he just cleans out the round himself.
Yeah,
IGL leading by example.
Exactly.
The only way which I lead. But Dacus' nade bounces off and able to take down Kyochi. Dacus even finding 2 more to Climax and Lincoln. Then it's Dacus' turn to try and get an ace.
Surely not the double ace. Surely not the double ace.
Oh,
Raves, come on, bro. There's no need. Only a 4K. It's only a 4K.
4K.
Just calm down. It's only a 4K, guys. What a noob.
He's not Aerox.
Yeah, he's not Aerox. You're 4/5 the man that Aerox is.
Despite having 10 more kills and 5 less deaths.
That's not the point. It's all about the aces, okay? He has 1 less ace. So 100% less aces, so that's all that matters, really. That's the only stats we should be tracking.
Yeah. Well, initially, good comeback for Tilt. They was behind quite a bit. I think it was 7-2, 8-2 at one point, and then now it's 8-7. So they may be able to bring it back, but they're on the unfavored side, and Miracle showing it why. He'll take down Aerox, the big man himself, but Jack is able to get the refrag onto Climax, making it 4 versus 4, and they're carrying on this charge to B, and there is Martin there. He needs to step up, maybe get a +10, maybe get 1 base just retreating, just allowing his team to rotate. What a shot from Dacus. Jump peaks, able to take him out. His teammates pushing on to try and get Kyochi, and Fancy will finish him off, just leaving Lincoln and Miracle 2 versus 4. And really should be seeing Tilt clean this round out, making it 8-8. Actually, sorry, 9-8? No, 8-8, sorry. The symbol's confusing.
Yeah, no, that's okay. You guys can't see it on stream. This happens. I'm glad it's happening to someone else. They swap, so Axis Ally swaps, but the symbols stay the same for us for 1 round, and it just gets really, really confusing. Good kill there by Lincoln, but he's not going to be able to pick up all too much more as he attempts to chase after a player to get a knife. It doesn't work out for him. 8-8, like you said, Kaiser, this is a good comeback. I mean, we were talking about it when it was 8-2. And we said, you know, how convincing of a lead that was for the Axis to be ahead. Sorry, well, at the time, the Allies. To be ahead by that much. And of course, that's no longer the case. They're not ahead. It's tied up, and we're entering a fairly equal half where the Axis are expected to win out, but already the first round goes the way of the Allies, who now have the utility and the weaponry. Pretty much equal weaponry, as you can see.
Equal weaponry,
between
but it's just a utility, which is
yeah,
an important part.
nades are what really could play a huge role, and Climax already lit down pretty low.
But the key thing is he's still alive, and the nades having little impact based those smokes, which will like getting tagged through the smoke. Just scaring off a little bit. A warning shot from Tilt. But they are playing quite passive, but now they're starting pushing onto the site. All three of them checking corners erratically, but it's Martin who gets the first kill, taking out Raves, who was alone. As well as Jackus pushing one at a time, not helping them at all. Just leaving one player, which is Aerox. He has to ace it to clutch. And he's done it before. Well, not to clutch, but ace. Do you think he can ace it again?
Well, he's like a 1 in 16 chance of doing it. It looks like those other 15 just came back to bite him.
Yep.
As Lincoln comes in there and finds that kill. It closes out the round 9-8 and now kind of flips the economy over, where the Axis can keep these Gewehren and take the nades, which is what we're going to see from a lot of them. Not exactly an uncouth strategy, a pretty standard item to be seeing in the modern meta.
Yeah,
but
but
meta or meta?
meta?
Meta, okay. I always say meta. I don't know why.
I don't know why. But a good hold in the end for Climax and Martin, both chiming in 2 for themselves. And not only 1 kill going in favor towards the allies, but Miracle getting tagged out by a nade. Again, didn't even see where that nade came from. But he is still able to take down Aerox despite being tagged up so much, and then Fancy manages to finish him off, making it 4 versus 4. Does seem like quite a mix. Lincoln top red, able to find out Raves. We should have been careful with that position, but again, a quick trade from Dacus. Making it a 3 versus 3 still, but there's just one player lurking, which is going to be Jackus, not Dacus, not to confuse people, but Jackus. And that's going to be an advantage for Tilt. I think they still think there's one player on A site, making them a little bit scared to push. But finally, they are starting to push now since they've got the information. Martin takes out Jackus, making it a 2 versus 2, making Dacus and Fancy try and clutch out. Fancy will start getting the bomb down, and Dacus takes down Coyote, just leaving Martin left in a 1 versus 2. And he's shooting for straws through those wallbangs right now.
9-6, 9-8 rather. About to be brought over to 9-9, all tied up yet again. Rounds being traded bit by bit. As we are going to see a decent economy on the Allied side. Couple weapons saved over, of course. Nades coming out for them. But not quite the same over for the Axis. Having invested so heavily into the previous round, they're not looking good.
The only big buy really being from Miracle with an SCG, the rest of his team on Guis, so it'll be interesting to see what he does there. Kind of reminds me of the old strat from MU2 when it was first introduced, where, oh, never mind from him, where you give all your tokens to one guy to get him a good gun, but it didn't work this time. Nade's working in favor, but Lincoln's go up also working as well. 2 for 2 trade. And they are slowly pushing onto the A site since they know Lincoln is alone. They need to push in together, and they do so. Fancy taking him out and finding an advantage for the allies. And Climax has got the SCG in hand. Fancy takes down Martin. And I think he's just going to try and save here.
Yeah, probably. Again, heavy investment into that round. He has got 5 tokens in total on him. He doesn't want to throw those away and have to buy up again in the next round. So the best decision here just being to save. Already we see the Allies coming ahead with the lead. That said, they are just up against the Gewehr boys. So we were discussing earlier, they're not exactly easy. You know, it's not an easy victory when you're up against those Gewehrs. Not quite a full Glock buy.
Yeah.
But it's sort of comparable to taking on a CZ buy with possibly the
Longer
Except
range.
long range, one tap headshot being a thing. So it's sort of more ridiculous than the CZ, as if that was possible.
CZ mixed with Deagle.
With an op.
Or with
Yeah.
Deagle because it's a free shot kill.
Indeed, but a Deagle with a very, very low reset time on the taps.
Yeah.
So,
But I would like to see Miracle do a little bit more of that SCG. Didn't really do much. He just got killed by an nade straight away.
yeah, for sure.
But this time he's on a shotgun, so you're probably going to see him post on A. Maybe he can push red, but so he's posting up on A. Nades good for Moose, able to take down Aerox. Attacking up Raves as well. Raves able to find out Lincoln. 1-for-1 trade. Carry on pushing down mid to get towards the A side, but Miracle's there with a shotgun. Seems like they're backing off already. Be interesting to see what Martin does. He is pushing him from behind, and seems like one player is watching the back, which is Raves and Fancy. And they managed to take down Martin, though Fancy seemed to have a little bit of trouble there. Struggled a little bit. I think he ran out of bullets, in fact.
No, it's hard to kill people with guns without bullets.
True.
Making their way towards the B bomb site now. They're going to have a little bit of a congestion coming in from Climax with the STG. Saved over from the previous round. Able to do some good work. Already landing a headshot. He's going to be looking for a little bit more. Fancy, you better be pushing out. The peak comes in from G is Tilted Raves, who's not able to connect anything, and it is just a distraction, of course. Look at that coming around from Dacus as he finds himself one. The flank is coming in on him as he goes for the reload. Reap what you sow, but he's not going to be taken down as Raves eliminates a Miracle. Coyote will soon follow, and that brings us 11-9. Another round chalked up for the Allies.
And Raves with a 4K. No,
Oh,
you don't
indeed.
normally see that much. He nearly doubled his kills in one round.
I'll
But
pause.
yes,
But,
11, and the pause has been called in from Climax's team. Climax himself could have caused the pause, but he's asked Fancy to do it. Because earlier in chat, I don't know if you saw, but he said he doesn't know commands and he's scared of using them. Which is understandable since we've seen what misunderstanding commands can happen in the previous qualifiers, where it's caused a crash and caused some controversy. But we are seeing two players reconnecting.
yeah.
Maybe
Well,
some technical issues.
hopefully it'll all be good in just a moment. Presuming they're just Jack has said they're going to bed. Or asking, are they going to bed? Nice. Nice.
Funny if they was getting two subs in, but I don't think they have two subs available. But an update for people at home between Avenue and Fate Esports. Avenue did win, getting their chance in the semi-finals and that qualifier spot against LFT, who beat Team Zodiac. I'm keeping an eye on the brackets for people at home, so you don't have to.
A good man yourself.
Yeah. A little bit disappointed, obviously, that Fate didn't get in because I'm still part of Fate in some aspect.
I wonder have we got many NA players in the chat? If we do, Excitable Pancakes brought up a great point there with the bring me some American food. I'm fat. I need it. If someone brings me Reese's to the major, I'll hug you or provide a service of that nature. I really want some Reese's right now. It's terrible. But hey, look, we're starting again.
Yes, we are. And the players have reconnected, and Climax has brought in a scope, two SGGs, one on Lincoln and Miracle. And on the other side, the buy isn't too good despite them getting the round win. Miracle looking like he's going to have some trouble. It's actually Lincoln opens things up, taking out Fancy. He's been doing pretty well in this series. He's currently top of the scoreboard. They're not topping kills, 19-13. It's too bad we can't see Lincoln and Miracle's kills since they did reset. Interesting to see what they do now, the allies, since they are one man down. But it does seem like one player, Jackass, is under A, and he's gonna meet soon Coyote, who is on the stairwell. That's as long as Jackass peeks into him. There's also 3 players in red, one of them being Axes. That's gonna be Lincoln.
Oh.
Coming so close in fights, but not really paying out. Coyote does tag up Jackass quite a bit, but he's gonna be able to regen his health. And they're finally slowly pushing in towards the A side base. Lincoln takes down Jackass in red, and Coyote looking to try and get a Frankie. He's going to retreat up into the attic. Going to keep his life for the time being, but he will lose it to the hands of Jackass, and bomb will start to go down. 3 versus 3 since Eric's taking out Climax, and he's looking for more. He takes down Miracle. That's what you can do with the carbine, and Jackass taking out Lincoln, just leaving Martin, who is on the bomb site. So is Braves. 12-9. And looks like they're slowly taking map 2. And could be seeing a map 3.
Yeah, we could indeed. Manor House is, of course, going to be the 3rd map if it is needed. That is an if. Oh, Seth's hooking me up with some Reese's, so all is well. It doesn't matter that it's a late night. I've got my Reese's sorted for the major. I'm sorted. It's all good. We can all, everybody relax. Seriously.
Yeah, everyone relax. Mitch has got his Reese's.
I'm not sharing though. You don't share Reese's. I'll share them with Seth.
Do you know what I want to go to in America? I think it's called IPOP, something like that.
What?
Where they make pancakes. They make different types of pancakes. It looks pretty interesting.
Oh, IHOP. Yeah.
IHOP. That's it.
I've never been.
Neither have I, because I haven't been to the States. But Dackers and Aerox, as well as Rays, all trying in to get frags themselves, making it 4 versus 2. Climax and Kaiji left, and it looks like kind of want to save, but Climax is still looking for kills.
Well, that bomb picked up now should be able to be planted. The only problem is going to be over towards upper. You have got Climax, like you said, looking for kills. And generally, when he goes a-looking, he goes a-finding. Over towards the back, though, it's going to be a safe plant where Climax can't interfere. Coyote going to be rotating around through broken wall. So Climax needs to play this slow, wait for his teammate, but he is going to be going down the stairs already. Spotting out one, hopefully looking for the distraction for his teammate. He needs to be careful not to go too aggressive as he pushes out. It looks like he's about to be caught out. Indeed he is. Raves finding that kill, leaves just Coyote, who has no idea what's happening as he's taken down by the Tommy gun. Shredded apart 13-9. 12:30 at night, and we're going to be going to another map. This is giving me flashbacks to the NACL finals, which I agree with you.
Yeah, what was that like?
That was horrendous. I agreed to do it because I thought, hey, you know, it'll probably be quick. It was a best of 5, started at, what was it, 2 a.m.?
2 a.m. it would have been, yeah.
And it went to, was it 5 maps or 4? It was a long time.
It was
bright.
There was a bunch of overtimes, if I remember right, as well.
Yeah, there was. It was like 4 OTs, and I'd just come back from America, so I was like super jet lagged, and then I stayed up till like 8 a.m. It's a terrible decision.
Yeah, but Jackass and Raves both chiming in to get kills themselves, and Jackass even finds Coyote, and that's the A site achieved. And so 5 versus 2, Climax has a scope, so he's opting to save. Martin has a go and a nade. He's probably going to save as well. That's already the round done.
Yeah, another one chalked up for the Allies, as it looks quite likely we are going to see that 3rd map coming out. 14-9 already. As, like you said, that round is over. Those weapons going to be saved over it. Especially Climax. I mean, Martin, you can see, is maybe... Oh, actually, the positions are different. Sorry, I thought Martin was where Climax was and Climax was where Martin was. Just open the big map to see that. Yeah, Martin is actually playing more passive than Climax despite having a 1 token weapon. Climax is in a lot of danger as they exit, especially if they start to move towards their spawn. The Axis spawn, they'll catch him out, and that's a little bit risky. But hey, it pays off. Nobody's going to be hunting them down. No, not pays off, but he doesn't get punished for it.
Method qualified, but they did not. But 49, and it's slowly closing to the third map, which will be Manor House, and it's going to be true again if it is, because each team losing on their own map pick. That's a thing to talk about.
Yeah, for sure. That's pretty interesting. I mean, I wonder why that is, that it seems to be consistently happening. Perhaps a bit of false hope?
Maybe. It just goes back to teams not knowing their best map. It comes to MSL, sorry, from North. Just configuring words between KSI and MSL. But he's notorious for picking the wrong map. That's what I'm trying to talk about.
Okay. Trying is the key word there.
Yeah.
It's late. It's okay. We'll forgive you.
It's a 2 versus 1 now. Fancy left alone after Climax gets the kill onto let's see who it was. I think it was Raze.
I didn't notice.
Yeah, you're probably too much laughing at me mumbling words.
Oh, look at this.
But he does have bomb, and Climax might get the timing on this, just barely. It should be able to get the bomb down, Fancy. He's looking for frags, and Martin gets the frag himself. 10-14, it's not over just yet.
Yeah, no, certainly not. There's still a couple of rounds to fight for, and it's still possible for the win to come in regulation for Moose. But it's going to be a hard battle ahead of them. They have at least, they are at least starting to get the money built up. A little bit of a better buy to what we've seen previously. STG's coming out. The sniper, of course, on Climax, who's also got an MP40 to back it up. With Shoddy on Coyote probably being the weakest weapon that they have, but he's taking things over towards middle. Or actually on the bomb side of A, so they'll be playing a passive one-man hold on A, hoping for the push to come in there, so the shotgun can capitalize some up-close and personal kills.
However, Miracle does get taken out by Aerox, and as well as Jack is finding one for himself as well. Here, 5 versus 3, so Coyote is definitely alone on site, but he might not realize it and push onto him. Jackass even takes down the scope of Climax, but Coyote able to find one. He's a little bit too far. Dak is going to find him, and Aerox is going to close it out to match point for Team Tilt. And pretty much a foregone conclusion that we should be seeing third map.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, 5 consecutive rounds. We have to see an OT come out for this to stop here and now. And then that OT also has to swing the way of Moose, so it's quite unlikely. It should be the close now from the Allies up against just the Kavera by 1 nade in play on Climax. Not looking too great.
Yeah, it's not looking too good, but it does seem like they're heading towards the A side, which is pretty interesting. They have had quite a bit of success towards it, which makes sense, but look at Lincoln. So close. But he's going to get the knife kill on Jackers. That's pretty much deserved there. Coyote will fall in the hands of Aerox, so it's 1-for-1 trade. And it does seem like Lincoln is in a good position to try and get more here, but does have to find Fancy, and he switches to the MP28. He's hunting, he's looking for the little rascals getting away from him. But Climax able to find one, just leaving Aerox and Raves. Raves stuck onto Attic alone, and Lincoln's going to dispatch him, leaving Aerox towards T. And it's going to be 15-11. Not third map just yet. Could be overtime.
It could be. It could be that round being won out. It was probably the most unlikely one for the Axis, so they've got that out of the way at least.
Exactly, and the buy not looking too good for the Allies. Brave's got a carbine as well as Fancy and Aerox, but the difference is he doesn't have any utility, but plenty of utility for the Axes. Now he's going in far and only taking up Braves, but he's going to keep his life for the time being. Climax nade. That finds Mark, taking out Jackass and giving the advantage for Team Moose. Climax even finding a second. It's actually Lincoln who takes down Aerox. Making it 5 versus 3. It looks like he might even find another one, but Raves, he finds one for himself. Lincoln making it 4 versus 3. Slowly crawling back the allies. So it was a foregone conclusion that we're going to see map 3, but that might not be the case, judging by the intensity that Moose has come back into this.
Well, it is still a 4 versus 3. I mean, there's certainly an opportunity here for Team Tilt to come back into things, as they are going to be looking to make things happen towards the B bomb site. You can already see Rave's got the flank coming in on A. That could drag rotations off. He's going to play passive and regen his health, but still no rotations to come over as the fight goes in. It ends just as quickly as it begins, leaving just Raves alive. Finds 1 kill, 20 seconds remains though. And so they'll probably just pick this STG and look to save it. Climax has spotted him out. He's going to be looking for the kill in just a moment. He's been spotted and tagged. Coyote. Or Climax, rather. Hitting that tag. Forcing Raves towards spawn. Oh, he's still out in the open. Makes it in the arches. He's going to try and survive. It's a game of cat and mouse now. And it doesn't go the way of the mouse.
Yep. The cat triumphs once more. It's 15-12. But still not looking too good for the allies. And maybe you could see him pull for the eco, just trying to get comfortable by not really forcing things, but they are forcing things a little bit. Only Raves having 3 tokens. Erox has 2. The rest on 1 or 0. Similar story on the other side, but the difference is they have utility and weapons, which the allies do not. Interesting to see how they're going to play this one out, the allies, but they are pushing down mid. Miracle is going to find the first frag. Even gets a second onto Aerox. That's already a 5 versus 3, and you normally see the team with 5 players win this because the mentality changes for the players, the team which is down a player, because they're not going to be as aggressive. And you're going to see it here, Dacus and Fancy both and quite passive. Lincoln finds Fancy, just leaving Dacus alone. And it should be 15-13 unless Dacus can pull a miracle, which he will not. 15-13. Overtime getting closer.
Indeed, it is 2 rounds to go. The Axis just getting stronger and stronger. They will have 4 grenades coming into this round. They can afford a 5th. But it looks like Lincoln is going to be keeping over his tokens.
Look at all those utility on allies. Yeah, they're going for carbines, but all those smokes and all those nades, it can cause so much damage. And the question is, will it? Only 1 nade has been used so far, and the second one has gone in. So far, no one has hit their mark. Still 5 versus 5 as allies push on the site, and Climax fights the first one onto Aerox. Looks like he's trying to find some more. But Martin's also there, just tagging players, but Raves get the refrag onto Martin. Coyote, he's still there, taking out Raves, and Miracle's chiming in for 1 more for himself, making it 2 versus 4. Climax finds Dacus, leaving Jackus alone against 4 players, and it's a similar story to last round. We should be seeing 15-14.
Yeah, again, Jackus 1v4, no opportunity into this round. Look at the tokens over on the Allied side. They're so low right now. 40 seconds left. It's time to save. You're going to have a pretty poor buy. The one thing that will kind of go for them on the Allied side is the fact they can get those Tommies. You've got 2 tokens sitting over on Raves. Maybe we'll see a kind of really fast strat coming out, like a push over towards the B site with maybe 2 smokes going down on the cross. That'd be nice to see something of that nature as well. Jack is going to have those, I think it's 3 tokens, right? They're on full loss bonus now.
They should be on 3 tokens, yeah.
So he's going to have 3 that he can donate over to. So you can now have, effectively, you can have 4 Tommy guns and 2 grenades and a smoke. Make your way over to that B site, pre-nade B, drop the smokes on the cross, rush in. You've got a lot of opportunities, of course. You can take things elsewhere. We saw mid-control coming out for them a couple times on the Allied side. Tilt just straight pushing down mid with a couple smokes and finding the opening kills. We see Also, coast control being a possibility. I don't think it's been used all too frequently. But of course, early nades towards coast, take the fight, smoke off the cross, get on the bomb site. And the problem with that is kind of the ability of the Axis to rock out with those shotguns over towards the bomb site. It's not something you really want to be straight rushing into because it can be very difficult to combat. But look, let's see what they're going to be setting up for. We do see actually carbines come out to allow even more utility usage to be a thing. Nice kill, opening things up by Rave, straight down middle. As this bit of a mixed buy is working well for the Allied side. Utility hasn't played a huge role into it just yet. All the smokes dissipated from middle. And so it will just be 2 smokes late round to come in after this. Nade goes over, doesn't quite find a kill. Looked like it might have from the angle I was looking at it from, but evidently not. As it is a 5v4 late round. Jackus comes in with a nice kill over towards Tank. Lincoln is going to be taken out. 2-man advantage already as map 3 is looking quite possible. The ball makes its way towards the side. Coyote has to pull an Aerox here. He has to grab multi-kills as they push into him over towards A. And this is going to be dangerous. Climax on the rotate as well. A difficult A-hold ahead. It starts off well with 1 kill, but plenty more to come.
That's also the bomb dropped in his possession. This is going to cause rotates for his team. And he just needs to buy some time to allow his teammates to get over here and to get some more frags. He does get 2, but he will fall. Leaving it a 2 versus 3, and Jackus is going to keep finding frags up in that tree, just leaving Martin left alone. Jackus does fall to his death, and that's that tree player gone at least. Oh, Martin taking the head out of Jackus, making it a 1 versus 1. If you're Aerox, you don't really want to peek into this, but you kind of have to. But what a shot from Martin! And that's going to make it overtime.
What a shot! Oh my god. He did not just do that. Wow. Okay, that's an OT. Well, Kaiser, they've just shoved it in your face. In our face, because I agreed. It was supposed to be
foregone conclusion, map 3.
Exactly, yeah.
But we're in overtime.
Yeah, here we are. I mean, look, it's still possible, but what a comeback. 5 consecutive round wins. And to finish it off with a 2K on the Gavur. Martin, what a play.
And the question is, if Jack has stayed up in that tree, if he didn't fall to his death, would have been a different game. He might have won the game for him if he stayed up in that tree and didn't fall to his death.
He's going to keep highlighting that he fell to his death.
Yeah, he fell to his death. Like, he didn't die to a player. He fell to his death. Full HP, jumped out of the tree and died.
That was a nice little rhyme. 4 HP, jumped out of the tree. Oh my, which side is it going to be? As we come into the first round of overtime, I'm going to stop this now. So they're lining up with full utility. We've got some decent plays coming out on the Axis side. STGs in play. No nade kills to be opening things up. Late round, we are still running with a 5-player squad on each team. And the real question is, which way is this going to go? And Kaiser, I'm going to ask you for a prediction. What do you think? Who's taking this map?
Whoever got the first kill, which is Jackus, so Team Tilt, the third map confirmed.
God damn it, man, it's late. You don't know how this works.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to do Caster's Curse.
Oh, I get where you're
But Martin gets a headshot onto Fancy. So makes it a 4 versus 4. Jackus is on B side. He used to be pretty good, but Martin's going to take him out. Martin's on fire right now. Gets a second frag to his name in this round. And after winning that last round, making it into overtime, you're probably going to have that momentum on your side. There is a player slowly creeping up. And what a headshot from Martin. He's insane right now. Just leaving Jackus in a 1 versus 3. Jackus does take out Martin. There is Coyote there. First round going in favor to Moose. So my prediction looking slightly wrong.
A little bit. Moose picking up that first round. Smiles all around. As, of course, it is getting a little bit late. You know, you got to... I think, though, coming into this, Aerox and the boys, otherwise known as Tilt, certainly have a very good chance. I mean, look, they've lost the first round. They've still got money. They've still got utility. Of course, the bonus is starting with those 12 tokens, I believe.
Yeah, I believe it's 12 tokens. But Climax causing some slight problems. Take out the car of Jackus. So also giving his team an advantage. But it does seem like it's going back to the Allied side, which we saw just earlier. This overtime could really go either way, all seriousness. Like obviously it could go since we are in overtime. Both teams are pretty equal in terms of fragging power. And Raves proving that point, as well as Fancy able to take down Climax. Fancy looking to get a second as well, taking out Lincoln, making it a 2 versus 4. That's going to slow down the push. Bomb is dropped, but I don't think Fancy quite knows that. Mirage, Miracle, sorry, and Coyote both know it. And they start rotating. Raves, though, he's still holding down mid. That kind of proves the point that they don't know that bomb is dropped.
And with that bomb down, this is looking really good for Team Tilt. The only thing is Coyote's coming in onto that bomb side. I don't think he's quite been heard yet. They're not checking over towards him. He's able to find 1 kill, looking for a second on the Aerox, who does land the kill eventually, at least. And a second to follow it up as well and bring us 1-1. There is still time for either team to take this, and now each team just fighting to get that 2-1, the lead coming into the second half of overtime. But it's certainly going to favor Moose if they can pick it up. If they manage to grab that 2-1, they'll be coming over to their favorite side of the Axis side with a full buy, which is a round that they do. Well, I mean, to be honest, Moose have been pretty equal in putting the Browns. Like we saw when it was 15-10, they managed to win out the round with just Gavers. So I wouldn't count them out no matter what their economy looks like, but they do want to win this second round to at least make it far more likely that they'll either see a second OT or a win.
Exactly, and Dacus making that a little bit more difficult. Able to take down Fancy, going massive right now. Able to take down Lincoln and Miracle with a nade, and then follows up onto Martin. Dacus cleans it up, and it's 2-1 in favor for Team Tilt, keeping all 5 players alive in that last round. And it's looking a little bit hairy, but even so, Team Tilt now are on the Allies, and the Axes have all the weapons which they want, all the nades that they could ask for. 12 tokens is what they get in overtime, but we could see a second overtime possibly, or even a round win for the Allies. It all depends on this first round. And Aerox, we haven't really seen him use the scope much. We saw him use it a little bit last round, but interested to see what he does this round. Aerox actually gets a nade kill, and Coyote though gets 2 for himself. Raves, it's just 1 back, making it 3 versus 3. And it's already getting a little bit too close for Hare. Coyote is on a site alone. Does have Lincoln in that statue position, and he's going to be important. If he dies, that's the A defense gone. It does seem like they're looking towards the B site now, the Allies. Which, of course, has Martin. And looking back, he was a little bit on fire with that momentum after getting that clutch. And he's got Fancy first kill. And that's going to cause some rotations from the Axes. They're not going to hit the mark. The advantage is in the court for the Axes right now. Team Moose. Martin also looking on fire, just leaving 1 player alive, and that's going to be Raves, and he's going to quite a difficult get back into this round.
And that round going convincingly over towards the Axis side of Moose. As they pick up that 1, it leaves them 2 away from victory in this best of 3 and confirms them with a place in the semi-finals. They have got some good backing in terms of mentality here. As they come into this, of course, they know, hey, look, if we lose this OT, it's okay. We'll be able to go onto a 3rd map and compete for it there, but you don't have that same buffer for Tilt. They were 15-10 up. They needed 1 map to bring it to a 2nd. And that isn't what came through for them. Nades coming in. And now, obviously, as you go from that, one round away from victory to competing in an overtime, it's very, very difficult to keep a positive mentality. And then keeping it, bringing that even further. Now you're after winning out the first half of overtime. You're tied up. Kills coming in favor of the Axis. Oh no, actually, I spoke a little bit too soon. Dacus able to find one on the Lincoln, as Miracle is going to be holding down on the site with a Kar 98K. Fancy tempted to peek in there. Oh, the shot missed with the Kar 98. Goes for the knife and he's taken down. Now it's looking fantastic, as Climax with the Kar 98K isn't going to hit the shot on the Raves either. Is taken down by Jackus towards the top of middle, and Kaiser, he's doing exactly what you told him to do. Not, oh, he's jumping down now. He almost jumped to his death once more.
Well, good round from here, but I feel like that was sort of maybe a misbuy from Axie. He's going 4 cars. I know you love the gun, but like it's only good in some situations, and I think this kind of proves that point. Martin alone, and it's going to be an advantage for Team Tilt. There's no way he's going to win this one. He's actually already retreating 1 versus 4. He's keeping that car for the next round, and it's understandable. He's got 5 tokens left in the bank. He'll get 1 token after losing this. And his teammate Climax, he has only 2 and Miracle on 0, so he needs to keep this gun so he can give tokens to his teammates. Because at most, he's probably going to spend 2 if he wants to get a nade, so he can give at least 4 away, since this is going to be the last round of OT. But Team Tilt, and he's going to survive another overtime.
Yeah, at least they've got that in the bag, but right now, well, actually, it's looking a little bit better than I expected. I thought the economy was a little bit lower for the Axis. We do, of course, see them rocking in with a couple weapons. The utility's lacking a little bit. 3 grenades to open things up, but we did see the last round of the last half of OT go pretty well for Tilt on the back of grenade usage. Not going to be the case for the Axis, at least not with the first 2. It's only going to be Martin left. Fancy opens things up. 1 kill closer to a 3rd map. As we bring things further into the round, they're going to be making their way over towards the A-bomb site. Kyochi has to have a fantastic hold here as they start to push him. He manages to find a little bit of damage, but Aerox still not taken down. Is going to have teammates to back him up as Dacus finds 1. It's a 5 versus 3. Starting to lose control of that A-bomb site. Indeed, they've already lost it. It's going to have to be the retake. 3 versus 5 from Moose. I haven't seen this situation go awry all too many times for Team Tilt, and let's see if it's going to be the case. Miracle probably going to be caught out by Jackus here. It's actually Fancy to find the kill. 5v2, and I think this should confirm a 3rd map. As nades come over, kills swing in their favor. Martin has to find an ace, and as he's lit down, that's going to be it. Pushed in. GG. Map number 3 coming up in just a couple of minutes, ladies and gents. That will be Manor House, and we'll catch you after this short